Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chase, and today we will continue to master the meta with a strategy that has been rising in popularity over the last few months and absolutely decimating bases, the mass Inferno dragons. So let's get started. It has definitely taken the community a while to figure out the best use for the super troop, as they seemed pretty underwhelming when they were introduced. They could be used in defending clan castles since they work like single Inferno towers, but people quickly realized that they took too long to heat up for the amount of health that they have, and the queen could snipe them out of the sky before it could do any real damage. The mass Inferno dragons always seem to die out with little support, but now, combined with the Super Wizard Blimp and invisibility spells, the Inferno dragons seem to have a new life and are crushing bases. Since they are 15 housing space, you can bring about 13 to 16 of them and still have enough space for about 10 to 12 loons for early Seeking Airmine sweeping. The remaining space I use for a little bit of cleanup and anything I need to set funnels for either the heroes or for the Inferno dragons themselves. You can also bring a Lava Hound to tank the initial defenses and save your Eternal Tome for the core of the base. You'll also need a Super Wizard Blimp, which I have a video for if you don't know how to use it, and with the blimp comes invisibility spells and a rage. I like to bring 3 to 4 invisibility spells depending on how much value is around the area you're blimping. I also have 2 freeze spells to help keep the dragons and the heroes alive if they get locked onto by a single Inferno. And then for the rest of the spells, and the key to the success of this strategy, is the skeleton spells. They're used as a distraction to keep the dragons alive as they move through the base. Skelly spells will keep surrounding defenses distracted for much longer than a freeze would last, while also holding down more defenses than a freeze can reach. For bases, you want to be able to Wizard Blimp the Town Hall and get some value around it, usually an air defense or the clan castle. This allows you to use the Warden's Tome in another part of the base, generally on the entry, in areas of high damage defenses. It doesn't really work too well on bases with the Town Hall in the middle, although it can be done if you want to bring a Hound to tank for the blimp. Getting the Town Hall early not only guarantees the 2-star, but also can set up a really good funnel for the Inferno dragons to shoot right into the core. You want a flat side of the base next to the down Town Hall compartment to send the Inferno dragons into. Look for places to use freezes like sweepers and splash damage, and look for places to drop skelly spells like on single Infernos and in front of enemy heroes. Also look at the air defense configuration and have a plan to get each one. Now this attack can be very simple to learn, but it'll take time and practice to understand when and where to use your spells for maximum efficiency. Start with a Super Wizard Blimp on the Town Hall, which sets up the funnel. Use a couple of your extra troops like wizards, sneaky goblins, or a baby dragon to clear any buildings on the outside of that compartment that might pull your Inferno dragons away from the core. If you pulled the clan castle and the wizards didn't get it, then you can deal with them right here as well. Then just spread out your Inferno dragons and balloons across the side that you pick, preferably a side that is not guarded by a sweeper, or that has a lot of high damage defenses so you can tome and get them out of the way early. You can also use a couple of skelly spells if there's any Inferno towers, air expos, or enemy heroes on the entry. Place your King and Queen on the other side of the Inferno dragons to help make the base more narrow by taking out the trash, and usually the Queen can snipe an air defense as well. You can tome really early and rage, if you haven't, to get the dragons through the initial defenses and protect them from Seeking Airmines by getting the balloons deep into the base. Or if you brought a Hound, you can hold the Warden ability for the core. Then you can start to look around for skelly spell drops and freeze opportunities. Freezes should be used if any of your heroes get locked onto by single Infernos or just to save your heroes from dying. You can also use freezes on scatters if they lock onto the main force because they'll do a ton of splash damage, weakening large packs of Inferno dragons. The skelly spells can be used to distract back-end air expos, Infernos, enemy heroes, and any air targeting defenses besides air defenses themselves. As the dragons start to lose steam, you can send in your RC to clean up the rest of the base. I usually use her for the last air defense since she can one-shot it with her Seeking Shield ability. And that's basically it. That's the general way to triple with Inferno dragons. So now we'll check out a couple of replays to reinforce these tips. So this is Stixel's attack from Creek and Clash's Birthday War. I'll have links for both of their channels in the description below. Styx will notice that there is a gap in the base, and he can easily get the Super Wizard Blimp right between the Town Hall and the Scatter Shot, which gets both of them an air defense and kills the Claim Castle. Now he's already started his Baby Dragon up in the 9 o'clock corner to funnel the Inferno Dragons into the core of the base. He picks the 9 to 11 side because he can get through all the enemy heroes, an air defense, and 2 Inferno towers while his Warden ability protects everything. Remember, this strategy does best when you can take out high DPS in the base early on. Now he pops the Warden's Tome right after the Inferno Dragons clear the outside trash buildings and as they enter into the first layer of walls. And you can see his King and Queen go on the 12 o'clock side to narrow out the base and pick off air defenses. A couple Skelly spells go down to distract the defenses as the Tome wears off, and he freezes the Sweeper and Scattershot to protect the dragons. And you can see just how many are still alive since he tomed through the Seeking Air Mines and distracted the air targeting defenses. And he's already placing the last Skelly spell on the final Inferno Tower as the RC comes in to clean it up. The single never even gets a chance to lock onto the RC with all those skeletons spawning. And at this point the base has been absolutely leveled with over a minute left in the attack. So great hit, Stixel, and now we're going to be moving on to the next one, which is my own attack. Now on this one I planned something a little bit different, and that is the mid-attack Super Wizard Blimp that you may have already seen in the explanation part. There's a 2-tile gap between the wall and the Town Hall, so I'd have to get my blimp into that compartment to take it out, but then the wizards would die to the Giga Blast. So I decided to tome over my blimp and land it into the Clan Castle compartment so that they can reach over and get the Town Hall and take out the multi-Inferno, Clan Castle, and Sweepers in that centralized compartment. Kinda risky, but fun at the same time. For this one, I couldn't use the blimp for the funnel, so my RC gets the job done instead, clearing an air defense in the process. Then my dragons are spread out on the flat side, and I can tome when everything starts to split up, and as my blimp gets further into the base. My King and Queen were used at 12 to clear that side, so that the dragons path to the Eagle, but now the Clan Castle is being lured, which brings most of the dragons over to the left-hand side. The blimp actually works perfectly as I drop it in the center compartment, and the wizards can reach over the wall and take out the Town Hall and the air expos as well. The pack of dragons that's still up is more than enough to take out the rest of the base, as there's only a few point defenses left, and I still have my Queen ability. I just have to freeze the Scatter on the back end and drop my final Skelly spell on the single Inferno, and then it is game over. And that's going to do it for this Inferno Dragon guide. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away in the comment section below. And thank you all so much for your support, and I wish you good luck in practicing and learning the Inferno Dragons. Now go wreck some bases.